our school has decided to provide a video lecture sessions to our students. Today, I'll give a brief discussion of our first chapter, electric charges and fields. The topics to be covered in this chapter are electric charge, properties of electric charge, Coulomb's law, electric field, electric dipole, electric flux, Gauss law and its applications. Our first topic is electric charge. So, let us start with the first topic, that is electric charge. So, let us start with the very basics. When I talk of electric charge, or rather when I talk of charge, what can you think of? I am sure you can think of things like charging your mobile phone, or charging a battery, or maybe charging your laptop, and things like because we use this term charge in our day-to-day life activities and uses. So, what is this charge actually? That is what we will study in this chapter. Here, we will study what a charge is, what are various properties of charge, what are the things related to the charge. So, before I begin defining an electric charge and telling how do we measure it, what it can cause, what are the different effects that arises due to electric charge, let us quickly look at certain phenomenon which generally happen around us, and we are all aware of that. First of all, we will start our session with these examples, so that once I define electric charge and once I tell you how an object gets charged, you can very easily relate it with these examples, right? So let us quickly have a look at these examples. All of you would have observed that when you have your friend's birthday, you would like to decorate the room with balloons of different colors, right? You stick them to the walls, make different designs with them. Many times you would have also observed that instead of using sellotapes or pins to fit the balloon or to stick them to the wall, you can also use things like this. You can just rub the balloons on your hair and stick it to the wall, and there it goes, it sticks there. Or if you rub the balloon on your shirt or cloth for some time and you take it near the wall, it sticks to the wall. Have you observed that? It is a very common phenomenon which all of us would have come across, and even if you have not come across this, you can try it for yourself. It definitely works. So, why do you think this happens? If you rub a balloon on a piece of cloth for some time, and then if you take it near the wall, it sticks to the wall. So why does this happen? That's because this balloon gets electrically charged, or the balloon gets charged when you rub it on the cloth, and therefore it sticks to the wall. Confused? Right? From where does this charge came up? Right now, there is no battery, nothing around. So how did the balloon get charged? We will talk about all such things as we go ahead. Similarly, if you think of a comb, when you comb your hair, and if your hair is dry, then immediately if you take the comb near small bits of paper, what will happen? The pieces of paper starts getting attracted towards because the comb gets electrically charged. When your comb becomes electrically charged, what will happen? It will possess either positive charge or the negative charge. When the comb is repeated moved through your charge, it will again repeatedly possess positive charge or negative charge. So these were certain examples which are very, very famous examples of electric charge, and also very common examples which are generally come across our day-to-day life. So with this, let us start studying electric charge. I think now you would have the interest to know what is charge. How is balloon getting charged, or how comb is getting charged? What is electric charge? Property of matter that causes it to experience a force when near other electrically charged objects. So how can I define charge? It is nothing external. It is basically a property of matter, right? What is matter? That we see around us. Anything that we see around us, anything that occupies space is matter. So any object, any matter is made up of molecule, which internally made up of atoms, then protons, neutrons, electrons, and the same thing, right? Any such matter will experience a force when you take it near other electrically charged objects. When you take such matters to other electrically charged objects, so this will experience a force, or this experience of force arises because of a property called electric charge. If charge does not exist in the universe, these attraction, repulsion, all those things will not at all happen, right? Even though you are not aware of what is charge and details of charge and all, but you all know is and all you have heard of positive charge and negative charge. If there will be no positive charge, no negative charge, no charge at all, then what will happen? Then there will be no attraction, no repulsion. That means there will be no force between objects. You have heard of positive charge and negative charge. If there will be no positive charge, no negative charge, no charge at all, then what will happen? Then there will be no attraction, no repulsion. That means there will be no force between objects which are electrically charged. Actually, long back, when the concept of electric charge was discovered, in those days only experimentally it was found that two kinds of charges exist. Conventionally, they named it as positive charge and negative charge. We all know like charges, that is similar charges, repel each other, whereas the unlike charges attract each other. That means positive will repel and positive negative will attract. Anyway, we will study about it later. I hope you understood the concept of electric charge. What is the concept of electric charge? Property of matter that causes it to experience a force when near other electrically charged objects. And we have studied that the charge can be categorized as positive charge and negative charge. How do we know that a body is positive charge or negative charge? Now, here comes a new concept. How will you say that a body is positively charged or negatively charged? We know that charge is the property of matter, right? And matter is made up of molecules. Molecule is made up of atoms, and atom is made up of electrons, protons, and neutrons. So, we know that an atom, any matter, is made up of molecules, and molecule is made up of atom. Now, in atom there are different shells, as we know, and the middle part is the massive positive part, right? It consists of protons and neutrons. Proton and neutron is confined inside the nucleus. The protons and neutrons are confined inside the nucleus, and the electron are revolving around the nucleus. So, proton and neutron are fixed or confined inside the nucleus, and the movable thing is electron. This is the structure of atom. We know that these are electrons. We know that electrons are negatively charged particles. Electrons are negatively charged particles. Neutron do not have any charge. And the protons are positive charges. They are positively charged. This is the charge distribution. This is how the charge is distributed inside an atom. So, do we say that a body is when do we say that a body is positively charged or negatively charged? How can you say that a body is positively charged or negatively charged? As the name suggests, when we are saying that the body is positively charged, that means that a body has more of the positive charges. More of the positive charge would mean less negative charge. If we are saying that a body is positively charged, that means any body. If we are saying that any body is positively charged, that means that body has more number of positive charges and less number of negative charges, right? So a body becomes positive or negative charge because of electrons. Electrons are the major components. Electrons are the major component which will decide either the body is positively charged or negatively charged. So we'll see how we will decide that a body is positively charged or negatively charged. If an electron enters the body, if that means if negative charge is entering the body, so the body becomes negative charge. For example, this is a body. Now we are saying that if an electron enters the body, that means if negative charge is entering the body, so the body will become negative charge, right? And if one electron leaves the body, now this is the first situation. In the second case, this is the matter, or this is the body. If one electron leaves the body, in this case, in the above case, we are saying that an electron is entering the body, so the body becomes negatively charged. In the other case, we are saying that if one electron leaves the body,